And when I say he's completely naked, I mean it. You can see it sort of dangling around, you know? Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to our top 10 series where we go from country to country, showing you my favorite games submitted to GDWC over the last few years. So I've been getting a whole bunch of requests in the YouTube comments, but I also want to show some love to our TikTok community. I got a comment from a couple weeks back asking for us to do an episode on Denmark. I thought, hell yeah, let's do it. And on a personal note, I'll be in Copenhagen next week for the Nordic Games event, so if you're going as well, just hit me up. Sandwiched between the massive Germany and Sweden, Denmark pulls some major punches when it comes to video games. I could go just on and on about recognizable Danish games, but I'll stick to some of my personal favorites. Ghost Runner, the Hitman series, Sports Friends, What the Golf, hands down two of my favorite games of all time, Limbo and Inside. And shout out to the Wii U hidden gem, Affordable Space Adventures. You were there for me when I had nothing else to play on my Wii U. And our GDWC list hits pretty hard as well. Let me give you a little sneak peek. Okay, that's enough. You'll have to stick around to see the full list. And as a teaser, my number 2 spot pulls a lot of inspirations from Inside. So, alright then, let's get into it. I'll show you my favorite GDWC submitted games from Denmark. We're starting things off deep underground. Deep in the ruins of Athermore from Ace's Games. You play as a treasure hunter in this first-person puzzle adventure game. You interact with the environment, sort of pick up treasures and items, and you have to find out in which way you can use those items to progress. And at first, it kind of feels like it's just you in the ruins, but things quickly start to introduce an element of horror, really just keeping you on your toes. You don't know if you'll accidentally set off a trap, or if someone or something is right behind you. And the game is brand new, it came out just a month ago. It's available on both Steam and itch.io. It's an easy recommendation for fans of escape rooms, except here you'll actually die.
Good morning, and welcome to your new home.
Our next game is Enderling from Team Be Human, and, well, this is a trippy one. The game often asks you what your preference is, like, do you prefer blue or red? Do you prefer cereal or meatballs? Which animal do you think is cuter? A whole bunch of questions. And it's all in the goal of creating the perfect day for you.
It's been a perfect day, don't you think?
When you wake up the next day after being asked those questions, the choices that you made are reflected in your home, creating the perfect day for you. Over and over and over and over again. So it's up to you to break the cycle of this sci-fi mystery game.
A perfect day is worth reliving.
The omnipresent voice guiding you during the game has this Andrew Ryan from BioShock way of speaking. It's so pleasant, but really isn't.
Stop, would you kindly? Would you kindly?
The game is really short too. You can go through the whole experience in less than an hour. Highly recommend it. You can check it out from their itch page. So remember a couple years back when Among Us was just impossible to avoid, everyone was playing it? Our next game, First Class Trouble, hits those same feelings with their version of a social deception game. You play as a group of humans trying to work together to shut off a deadly AI, or, well, maybe some of your teammates are actually androids looking for any chance to kill you in just about a million different ways. And one of my favorite features is the proximity-based voice chat system. You don't need to worry about typing mid-task. You can beg for mercy over voice chat. The game was free on PS Plus in 2021, so if you're like me, you claim your games and then you sort of forget to actually play them. But if you go through your library, you'll have it there. First Class Trouble. So you want to play Mario Strikers, but you can't wait for the next game to come out, or you just don't have a Switch. Well, the team at Get a Game has you covered with their arcadey football game, Panda Ball. So, I mean, you guessed it. You play as a team of pandas, 5 of them, all with their own stats, and it's up to you to score as many goals in as many ways as you can. The pandas all have different abilities. There's a whole bunch of power-ups to pick up as well. It's almost like a Mario Kart influence. So you can see how it quickly devolves into mayhem. Plus, okay, sure, yeah, playing as a samurai panda football player sounds kind of crazy, but it totally works. The game's available now on PS4 and PS5. So let me open the door for you for our number 6 spot. We've got The Door from R-Blocks. The Door is a puzzle adventure game where you're teamed up with an adorable robot called Cell 44 as you try to get the handle on the world that you inhabit. You solve puzzles in different areas as you proceed through a number of doors as the story reveals itself to you. And your charming companion Cell 44's future really hinges on you to help her. Your actions and choices are really the key to the whole experience. The Door reminds me a lot of Jonathan Blow's The Witness, and unless you're a doorknob, this game's hard not to recommend. In 5th place, we've got the retro throwback, super cute pixel art game Elderfact by Zera. You play as a young wizard as you learn new spells throughout your adventure, and you interact with the world around you with those spells. You start with fire, being able to blow up bombs and wooden furniture. Over time, you can teleport items and even resurrect yourself. And the puzzle's learning curve grows at a perfect rate. You'll never be stumped for very long. Elderfact has this really charming appeal to it. It's not trying to be something bigger than it is. It's just a charming and really clever puzzle game. Oh, and check out its really awesome 8-bit inspired soundtrack. And now to take things in a completely different directions, we've got Broken Lines from Pour to Play, a game that has already received tons of critical acclaim. Broken Lines is played out as a turn-based tactics game where you control a squad of soldiers in alternate history, World War II. Your squad crashed behind enemy lines and it's up to you to take your team of 8 and bring them back home. But it's really not that easy. All of your soldiers have really distinct personalities and desires. Some of them want to push forward, others want to kind of stay back and recover. Your team rarely agrees on how to face the tough choices. And oftentimes, it just leads to death. It's an excellent mix of tactics combat, full of life characters, and pretty mature tough situations to be in. In the number 3 spot, Figment 2, Creed Valley by Bedtime Digital Games. So you might already know the first Figment game, which came out in 2017 and was praised for its really unique art and world design. Well, Figment 2 takes those same concepts and expands on them significantly. In this action-adventure game, you travel through a mind-bending world that's been heavily inspired by music and musical instruments. And so are the boss fights. The combat and puzzles are both at the center stage here as you explore this surreal world of mystery. And new for the series too, you can play the whole game in local co-op. I teased the number 2 spot earlier, saying it's reminiscent of games like Inside, and well, you'll see why. Next, we've got Burning Daylight, a sci-fi puzzle platformer with absolutely stunning cinematography, art, and lighting. Your character wakes up naked in a slaughterhouse, and it's up to you to find out exactly what happened. And when I say he's completely naked, I mean it. You can see it sort of dangling around, you know? I gotta keep my blur tool ready for this one. You make your way out to the bustling dystopian city to uncover the mysteries around your origins. You really don't know anything about who or what you are. It's a short experience too. You can easily see it from start to finish in one sitting, really just immersing yourself in this one-of-a-kind game. And finally, in first place, Mutazione, a love letter to beautifully crafted adventure games. So 100 years ago, a meteor struck the place that your grandfather lives in, and the survivors there began to show mutations. So fast forward to modern day, where you play as the 15-year-old Kai as she travels to Mutazione to take care of her grandfather, but he has other plans for her. The game has this awesome push and pull feeling where the personal drama are really just as important as the high stakes of the adventure. The visuals, music, and writing will grab your full attention right away. This is really an adventure worth experiencing. And so that's my list. Those are my top 10 games from GDWC from Denmark. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episodes. And don't forget as well, you can comment down below where you're from, and I'm going to be picking the next episodes based on comments. I really appreciate you watching. Until next time.